Musics and questions and lots of education on the Edward Show. Fun and stories and all the entertainment, it's the Edward Show. La, I'm going to make you feel like you're the only girl in the world. The only one that you'll ever love. The only one that knows your heart. Only girl in the world. Na 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 na. Yes, because we're the only girls in the world, dudes. Hello from the Edward Show today. Now, we have very special shows today because we're talking, right, about the Americas today, right, because Edward has the connections in the Americas, you see, and we're going to do the music reviews and the critiquings, right, but first, before any of that, I have to do the apologisings yet again to the acoustic Maddie. You know her by now. I talk about her all the bloody time, dears. Now, you see, yesterday we did... What's the note? Oh, it's the guitars. Okay. Yes, yesterday we did the shows, right, about the acoustic Maddie songs, the shadow F stars in my head, right? And the thing is, the internet stopped while we were listening to the songs. So we had to stop the show halfway through and do an abandons, dear. We had to do an abandons because the bloody internet peoples, again, I have sent them a message on the emails internet today, right? And they haven't got back to me yet. I said, what you doing with these bloody speeds and slowing downs all the time? But anyway, the thing is, right, we could see this as a negative thing, right? But on the Edward Show, we always try to do the positive things, you see. So what I have said is that even though Maddie had the show yesterday, I'm going to do her another show. So Acoustic Maddie, you're going to have 2 Edward shows dedicated to you because you're so good, yes? And as an apologising for what happened yesterday, I was very embarrassed, right? I was. So anyway, we're going to go on with the show today and we will do the rest of the acoustic Maddies, maybe tomorrow's, you see. But tomorrow's I have to go and play the washboard at the show. I've been practicing and I think I know most of the songs now. But I will try to do it tomorrow if I can, acoustic Maddie, okay? So, now today, the show is about the Americas, right? Because we're going to do the reviews and the critiquings today of, you know I said yesterday, the Andy Browne, right? And first of all, I want to say about the Andy Browne, right? Sometimes people have a name, and it's very nice to say, it just rolls off your tongues, dears. And this chap, the Andy Browne, right, he's one of those chaps. Do you see the way the name just rolls? The Andy Browne, the Andy Browne, the Andy Browne, dear. You see, it just rolls off the tongues. And it's such a great name. And right, I said this the other day, but if you didn't see the show from a few days ago, I'm going to say it again. The Andy Browne, right, he's from the Englands in the Birminghams, and that is where Edward's from, and that is where we're filming from right now. We're in the Birminghams now, the Birminghams, England, not the Birminghams, Alabamas, dears, right? But the Andy Browne's, right, he moved over to the Americas, to the Atlantas, Georgia, right? And it's very strange because even though Edwards is in the Birminghams, he has all the connections in the Atlantas, Georgia, right? And he knows lots of the people there and lots of friends, right? And this is why I'm using this guitars today, because it tells a story, you see. Because earlier in this year, the 2018s, dear, Edward went to the Atlantas, Georgias in Americas, right? And he went to see all of his friends, right? Now, so we're going to do the reviews and the critiquings, right, of the Andy Browne. Now, we have the songs here, right? Let's have yes, we have the songs, right? The Andy Browne's now. To get back to the point, because I strayed with the jazz hands, right? Now, the Andy Browne's is from the Birminghams, England, but now he lives in the Atlantas, Georgias, right? With all of these peoples here, like the James Halls and the Suzannes and the Vernons and the Antonios and the Jazz Gillettes and all of them, right? And the thing is, right, so he lives over there, but he's from the Birmingham. And so we do the connection. We're doing like the internationals connections. I do the movement like this. See the internationals connections, right? And now, so he has sent me his music song, right? And it's called Elephants, dear. Elephants. And it's all about the Birminghams and England, right? And if you listen to the words, you will hear some of the references to the Birminghams and England. So we're going to play it and listen and do the reviews and critiques. Listen to those drummings. Da, 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 da. Yeah, oh, the trumpets did. Oh, isn't that nice? Da, 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 da. Look at it, the music, the productions is excellent. Is Andy Browne, you know the Andy Browne, you should be proud, boy, because the productions is amazing. Lived in Hartlepool, that's in England. David Bowie, oh yeah. T-Rex. You see, fish and chips down by the You see, he's got the references, you see. He does the references to the English, the David Bowies, the T-Rexes, the fish and chips, and I bet there's more coming up as well. Let's carry on listening. The HP, you see now, because the Birminghams, we have the HPs, right, and that is just up the road there, right, by the Ashtons. The HP buildings, they made the brown sauces, you know, that you put on the foods, right? It's like, it's like, for you in Americas, it's like the ketchup, but it's brown coloured instead of the red coloured, you see. Brown sauce, they did a daddy's sauce and a HP sauce, but the HP was better. From Stratford Road. Stratford Road, I know the Stratford. The Edward knows the Stratford Road very well, right? I have a friend, right, the Peter Jackson. She lives near the Stratford Road, right? And I have another friend, the Una. Hello, Una, right? Una, right? Now let me tell you about the Una, right? She's the best. She's one of my favourite people in all of the world, right? And I would like to say hello to her. She lives not far from the Stratford Road. And oh, she's brilliant, brilliant. One of my favourite people. Una, hello, Una. Yes, you're the best. So we're going to carry on. Can't go a day without the Rolling Stones, dear. I'm going to do a jig. There's something about England. Yes, you see, he said there's something about England. And there is, you see. But, yes, let's carry on. You see, he's got the strings and everything. You see, now Edward's music's albums, I'm going to have the strings and the pianos and everything. But this is done very, I would just be recording with the Pete Murphys. He pressed the record and the stop and the play and the fast forward and the rewind, while Edward does the performance. So we're just going to do it like low budget days in the house. But this sounds like it was done very professional. Jeff Beck and his whole... Now Jeff Beck, yes. Now, you see, there aren't many, right, of the guitar players that Edward appreciates, but the Brian Mays before he did the Five and the Funks, right, and the Jeff Beck. Now you see, the Jeff Beck did the covers of the Stevie Wonder songs called "'Cause We've Ended as Lovers." If you have not heard that song, you need to go and do the listenings because it's so good. His guitar playing is da 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 da. Da 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 da. Can we get Brian May on? Brian May, I said to Brian May, and he just said it himself. The Andy Brownes, we connected, you see, the internationals connections, you see. I didn't know that was going to happen. Oh, you made me chuckle, Andy Brownes, because we did it. We thought the same thing. Great minds thinking alikes. Four young lads from Liverpool, that's the Beatles. Don't get it in the schools, they don't teach anything. The Clash, the Joe Strummers. Yes, indeed. Chasing skirts in Chelsea boots. Chasing skirts in Chelsea boots. You're a cheeky boy chasing the skirts. But Edward likes that very much, yes, sorry. The Holy Grail of our youth. The Holy Grail of our youth, yes, chasing the skirts. There's something about England. Let me work this out. There's something about England. Yes. Oh, he's done a keychain. Excellent. And the trumpet. Birmingham. You said it. I love this song, it's very good. It's all about the England, yes, and the Birmingham. He says things that Edward knows about, you see. Something about England. Something about. See, you can sing along. It's memorable, you see. I have just heard it and I know it already. There's something, you see, and this is why it will be a hit, is it will be a hit because it gets in your mind straight away. You remember it, you see. You see. There's something about England, yeah. Hartlepool. Well, I love it. T-Rex, Martha Boland. Now, it is during the fade outs, dears. And what is doing the fade outs? Yes, he did the big proclaimings. He did the big proclaimings there about the class. Just drummers, yes. Yes. Rocking the Casbah, dears. Now, the Andy Brownes, right? You should be so proud of your music. It is so good, right? And the fact that we have the connections, internationals, it's so, I love it because it brings back all the memories, days of the Chasing the Skirts and the David Bowies and the Chasing the Skirts and the T-Rexes and the Chasing the Skirts and the Mark Bowlings and the Chasing the Skirts and the HP Sauce and the Chasing the Skirts days. So Andy Browne, I love your music very much. And today we did the reviews and the critiquings. And can you see the episodes, right? It's the longest Edward show ever. It's the kind of the homage days. The homage to the connections between the Englands and the Americas. Because there isn't enough of that these days. There's all the Donald the Trumps complaining on the twittings, and the Theresa Mays just doesn't know what she's saying at all. She hasn't got it's good that she doesn't do the twittings, because we would probably be in the sea by now, dears. We'd be bombed to all buggery, dears. So yes, there isn't enough of the connections and the kindness and the niceness and the happiness. So this music's by the Andy Browne. It connects us, you see. You see? So I'm going to say, very well done, Mr. Andy Browne. Very good. Very, very good. I like it very much. In fact, I would go further than to say I like it. I love it. Okay? So I'm going to say goodbye from the Edward show, and I'm going to finish with the little guitars again. So, I want to make you feel like you're the only girl in the world. You're the only one that I love. Your music's and questions and lots of education on the Edward show. Fun and stories and all the entertainment. It's the Edward show.